Law she's using as a basis for that authority is not limited to local emergencies only, as Republicans had claimed. Now, Senate Majority Leader Mike Shirkey says lawmakers do plan to appeal. Across the state, there have now been more than 53,000 cases of coronavirus confirmed, as well as more than 5,100 deaths. The state says the 69 additional deaths reported between Wednesday and Thursday, nearly half happened at an earlier date, but were only just confirmed through the state's Vital Records Office. Recoveries stand at around 28,000.
Well, Spectrum Health is now offering antibody testing to the general public. So the health system says the testing will determine how widely the disease has spread throughout West Michigan. Antibody test is a blood test designed to detect a previous COVID-19 infection through the presence of disease-fighting antibodies. Spectrum says it has a capacity to do up to 1,000 antibody tests a day, which typically results are available within 24 hours. Right, senior year in high school, certainly something many will remember for the rest of their lives.
But for the graduating class of 2020, these last couple months, of course, will be remembered much differently. So here is a look at this week's senior spotlight to recognize them. Tavon Evans, Carson City Crystal High School. His mom said he is known for lighting up a room with his smile and his laid-back personality. He loves auto body and has been redoing cars for several years and plans to further his education in that and hopes to open up his own body shop in the future. Courtney Smith, Byron Center High School. She went to KCTC as well for CNA, where she was hoping to take the state test to become certified. She will be going to school in the fall to become an RN, which is her lifelong dream. Rico Jones of Fruitport High School. He played basketball, football, and track and was an honor roll student. He committed to Hope College for football and will be double majoring in business, finance, and global studies. Brandon Crowfoot, Hamilton High School. He played football and was very involved in his youth group. Outside of school, he works in heating and cooling. And Jordan Barron's, Grand Haven High School. She was a member of the National Honor Society. Her passion is working with students who have disabilities, and she plans on attending Hope College, studying to become a special education teacher. Her mom says they couldn't be more proud of her and her accomplishments. So we're going to do this for about another week here and continue, of course, to nominate these seniors who definitely deserve all of that recognition for their hard work.
Yeah, congrats to them. They're going to do some great things there. It is now 6:08.
Well, President Trump making a stop at a Ford plant in Michigan, why he says he chose not to wear a mask in certain parts.
The West Michigan community is launching its first ever farmers market this weekend with items you can expect to find and the safety guidelines that are put in place. It is 6:11. President Trump making a stop in Michigan to tour a Ford plant on the state's east side.
He visited the plant in Ypsilanti, which has been making ventilators and personal protective equipment during the pandemic. The president praised those involved, repurposing the factory, which partnered with GE Healthcare to make 50,000 ventilators. Though he reportedly had one on hand, the president was not seen wearing a mask there, saying he didn't want to give the press the pleasure of seeing him wear one.
I was given a choice, and I had one on in an area where they preferred it, so I put it on, and it was very nice. It looked very nice, but they said not necessary here.
The president also commented on the flooding situation in Midland, saying there's nobody better than the Army Corps of Engineers to handle it. He also authorized Governor Whitmer's emergency declaration, which will help bring in federal funding for flooding relief efforts.
All right, a good Friday morning out there to everybody. Starting to get more daylight now with a sunrise that is just about upon us. And we're not going to see a whole lot of sun today, I don't believe. A lot more cloud cover on tap for today as this system approaching from the south once again. Doesn't have a whole lot of moisture with it, but it will have the potential to throw down a sprinkle or two as we go late morning and into early this afternoon. Locally, already a shower nearby Coldwater. This is not a big deal, folks. The main factor is just additional clouds for today. Wind's very light right now, and you know, typically those winds tend to increase through the mid to late morning and afternoon during any day as you get some mixing from above, but that not really to happen today. It looks to be more of a light winded Friday on tap for all of West Michigan. A lot of warmer air, a lot of warm air really starting to build now over the Central Plains and especially over Texas. Look at this, the overnight. We've got temperatures in the upper half of the 70s, and some of that warmer air is going to be pushing in here. It looks like maybe slightly slower than I was thinking yesterday, so highs on Sunday only upper 70s to near 80, but it's going to linger into next week. I think well into the 80s by Memorial Day Monday and for Tuesday as well. Mostly cloudy skies, that's the way to describe it. Don't have much in the way of any rainfall for today, but there may be a sprinkle or two out there. I can't rule that out. The pavement should stay completely dry in Grand Rapids, may get a little dampness to occur nearby Kalamazoo or Battle Creek, and especially southward from there as we go through this morning. Some showers and thunder, though. A more formidable disturbance, not a monster system, but something that could throw down a downpour or two late tomorrow night into early Sunday morning. Much of Sunday, though, will be dry, and the majority of Saturday as well. So as I've talked about the last couple of days, this holiday weekend, though we've got these icons on that 7-day that shows some rainfall potential, it is not going to be raining at all times. Understand that. Here are those aforementioned sprinkles and showers trying to work their way northwestward, kind of an odd direction, but we're getting that counterclockwise circulation around low pressure. And yes, this is the same one that brought the flooding rains to Michigan several days ago. It settled down into Tennessee, but now has come back northward into Ohio. So necessarily the clouds associated with it have pushed back in or are pushing back in as we speak, and will linger here into the afternoon and evening before that system gets out of here completely on Saturday. We've got another one, though, rather formidable, pretty compact, but right over Kansas, northern Oklahoma with thunderstorms, and that may bring us a few thunder showers late tomorrow night and early on Sunday. That system will be out of here, though, certainly by late morning on Sunday. Should get some sun to emerge, get to around 80 degrees, and then push much higher. Could be mid-80s Monday and Tuesday with high-level humidity that will actually continue into Wednesday and Thursday. But there will be a cold front at some point later next week, Thursday, Friday, that will turn us cooler and drier into that following weekend. Look at all the cloud cover. We haven't seen this in a while. And I do think that will be prevalent right here today. So even though there may still be a break or two for sun from time to time, it won't be anything like we had the last couple of days. And the model showing a little speckle of a green color here or there. That means there could be a sprinkle. I really don't think a shower in Grand Rapids, but again, the potential for a shower southward, Calhoun County, southward into Branch County as we speak. And then overnight tonight, partly to mostly cloudy. Watch the model, though, as we go through Saturday. There will be a little bit better sunshine working into the mix for tomorrow versus today. We get higher, upper 70s, and then overnight into Sunday morning, there's that disturbance that gives us some showers and maybe even a thunderstorm before it kicks out for the majority of Sunday. And then we go dry into Memorial Day. We've had this chance for a shower or thunderstorm on Memorial Day, but as I said yesterday, I think that is really kind of overboard. It's going to be dry for the most part Monday, and temps in the mid-80s.
Fox 17 traffic looking as normal as it can be during the pandemic, with lighter than normal traffic, though I was driving out yesterday, middle part of the day, and boy, it didn't seem like anything was abnormal at all on the freeways. But what we have at the moment is an extended lane closure for another day, plus news of a ramp closure that's going to be very inconvenient. So we go to the map, and eastbound 196 and westbound 196 in the Zeeland-Holland area between Byron Road and the Allegheny County line. Again, has lane closures for today, extended from the previous parts of the week. This today, it'll be 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Now, the ramp closure that's going to be so inconvenient will be happening starting next Wednesday in Grand Rapids, part of that bridge rehab project on the stretch of 196 in between downtown Grand Rapids and Market. It is the ramp from eastbound Lake Michigan Drive to eastbound 196. Beginning next Wednesday, it will be closed for the duration of the project till October 31st. That's a head shaker. And so that's one you need to be aware of today, even though it doesn't happen until Wednesday. I think you'll probably have to go down Lake Michigan Drive to Lane to get onto 196 from Lane Avenue. Remember, that begins next Wednesday. I'm Rob Westoby, Fox 17 Traffic.
Well, good news for retailers of all sizes now planning to reopen next week Tuesday on a limited basis.
So Alyssa Heron joins us live in Kent County with why this might actually help small businesses over bigger ones. Alyssa.
Yeah, good morning. Well, just in time for summer, businesses are getting ready to open back up come Tuesday, but there may be some different policies in place. Now, yesterday, Governor Whitmer announcing car dealerships and retail shops can open back up for business starting Tuesday, but by appointment only and with no more than 10 people inside one store at a time. And that's good news for the owners of some small retail stores in our area, like Duffield Lane, which actually began the process of moving from its old location here in Gaslight Village to a new storefront in Breton Village just before that stay-at-home order was put into effect. And the marketing and production manager tells us the business has been relying on online sales during the closure, but says she knows customers are excited to be able to go back into stores again. So whether it's Macy's, JCPenney, Nordstrom Rack, or whatever, you may have to call ahead or just be ready to wait. It's officials with the Michigan Retail Federation say this process will be easier for small businesses than the larger corporations.
With everything that's going on right now, we would, if we were open, we would have, appointment only, clean all the surfaces after customers are in there, limit it to however many people based on our square footage we're allowed to have. So we don't want anybody to have their health at risk coming to our store. So that's really important to us. And then also, since we can't even open yet, since we aren't ready to open yet, we're once again in a unique situation because we're not really in a rush to.
Now, the order also resumes non-essential dental and veterinary procedures next Friday, and the governor says groomers can start operating as well. Now, regardless of the size, stores do still have to give their employees PPE, and they have to put into order those social distancing guidelines when their customers are inside. So it's kind of a blessing in disguise for Duffield Lane here that they were already closing and they're going to slowly be able to reopen again with this new executive order. We have all these details and more up on our Fox 17 mobile news app, but for now, live in East Grand Rapids, Alyssa here in Fox 17 News.
So thank you.
All right, well, this weekend marks the launch of a new farmers market in West Michigan.
So the City of Zeeland is launching the market this Saturday in the Elm Street Park at Elm and Cherry. Guests are asked to wear a mask, practice social distancing, and only shop with one person per family. Organizers say this was a perfect opportunity since this will allow locals to get fresh produce directly from area farms.
We will have local meats, fruits and vegetables, flowers, cut flowers when they become available. Right now, it's important for us to only have at the market essential items, which include food, personal hygiene, and pet products or pet food.
The market will be open this Saturday from 9 to 1 and will run every Saturday through mid-September.
All right, it is now 6:21.
Well, the Upper Peninsula and parts of northern Michigan partially reopening today. The message to consumers as businesses up north prepare for a busy weekend.
But first, let's say good morning to our Facebook fan of the day, Amanda Reedy. Thank you so much for being a part of Fox 17 Morning News. Have a wonderful weekend.
Good morning, Amanda.
Well, today, northern Michigan makes history as the first of Michigan's regions to reopen after Governor Whitmer's stay-at-home order.
So while northern Michigan looks like in the coming days could be a telltale sign of what the rest of Michigan will soon see, and Sarah Grimmer actually joins us live from Traverse City with how local businesses are preparing. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, you guys. Right now, I am live on the beautiful Front Street in downtown Traverse City. Check it out. This is a gorgeous morning. So this sidewalk that I'm standing on right now and that sidewalk across the street, usually this is jam-packed with tourists. The businesses as well. This is Cherry Public, usually full with tourists this time of year. However, these businesses haven't seen tourists for nearly 2 months now. So the business owners tell me they are ecstatic to open back up once again today, but they're also wary. They know that people are coming from coronavirus hotspots. So there are going to be some new guidelines.
So today I signed an executive order that loosens some restrictions in the Upper Peninsula and the greater Traverse City area.
Traverse City, among the first districts in Michigan to open for business once again. The local response?
So there were a lot of things going on.
It was very exciting.
We're looking forward to the weekend.
Overjoyed, of course.
A lot of relief.
But that year.
Each one of these northern Michigan businesses have been closed since March. Today, they make history and reopen, rebounding with modifications.
So we're going to suspend tasting for a while.
We have torn our stores apart and rebuilt them so that we have a better flow pattern for them.
Downtown retail stores such as the iconic Fustini's Oils and Vinegars and Cherry Republic have installed plexiglass around cash registers. They're also asking shoppers to wear their masks and stay 6 feet apart.
We have bear paws on the floor to guide customers into the way the flow is.
As far as restaurants, the ones who will open this weekend are pretty much booked.
Pages of reservation requests.
Trattoria Stella owner Amanda Danielson says,
people have different views of what their responsibility is in terms of preventing the transmission of the disease to others.
So the Italian restaurant is limiting capacity below the 50% required. They're putting up plexiglass and
we're bringing in reservations 15-minute blocks. So only one party will walk in any given 15-minute period. We're requiring masks upon entry and while moving through any common area. We're providing bags for guests to place their masks in while they're seated at their table. We can't control what people have done. I can't ask every guest that walks in the door if they've been quarantined for 2 weeks and all the questions that the CDC recommends. So we're implementing those safety measures.
The Traverse City Tourism Office says you should call and check the guidelines before visiting any businesses. They want to see you.
Our employees, business owners, they depend on that springtime business.
But only come if you are ready to honor the rules of the new TC Going Out experience.
If at any time I feel like a guest is violating that, I'm very comfortable politely asking them to either comply or come back when the circumstances are different.
We don't want 100 million people up here. It's not a big party. We don't want a big party up here, but we welcome everyone to Northern Michigan.
That's right. And if you are coming to Northern Michigan in the next couple of days or weeks, and maybe you just don't feel comfortable yet going inside of a business or a restaurant, that's okay. These downtown businesses tell me they are going to continue doing curbside pickup. They say that's something that they see just being a part of the future. Also, one more really exciting note, you guys. Like I said, we are live right now on Front Street in downtown Traverse City. This is Front Street. There is an idea going around with the city to actually shut off Front Street to all vehicle traffic. Now, what that would do is pretty neat. It would create space for businesses like Cherry Republic and Mama Lou's just across the street, that restaurant. They could actually spill out into the street. That would make more room and social distancing room for outdoor dining and shopping as well. So you could be, guys, right here, eating a meal underneath the Traverse City sun. That's if the plan goes through. There are no cement plans just yet, but if that's something that is going to take place, of course we'll let you know. Reporting live from downtown Traverse City, I'm Sarah Grimmer for Fox 17 News.
Yes, it certainly is exciting to hear and see.
Yeah.
So thank you for that, Sarah. It is now 6:28. We'll be right back.
You're watching Fox 17 Morning News with Mike Avery, Deanna Falzone, Anthony Dommel, and Rob Westerby.
Oh my gosh. So this was a couple weeks ago. It was like when it was super rainy all the time. So that's how we were entertaining ourselves.
Yeah.
Put the baby on the robot vacuum, as we like to call it, and yeah.
We're just commenting about how easy going he is.
He's such a good sport.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
He's such a good sport. I think that's what happens when you're like the little sibling, right? You just kind of have
go with the flow, and
you have to put up with it.
Yeah.
So he's our entertainment, but that was funny.
Thank goodness we have him.
Yes.
And thanks for sharing him with
yes.
all of us.
Which, by
too.
the way, that's like the knockoff brand of because those Roombas are
Yeah.
so expensive. So we got a great deal on Amazon. So you should check it out. Yes. So it's a good deal.
Yeah.
We're all about that. Message me and I'll send you the link if you want it. So
Yes,
yeah,
yeah. So,
but it's we don't need to do that because it's going to be